guys. Sorry I'm a little bit late, but my cousin was my cousin's birthday last night, so I stayed out a little bit longer than I expected. But I'm here today, and I'm excited. I'm ready to play. I'm ready to get these wins. Did y'all see the JMO contract? Did y'all see the Jamison Williams contract? That's telling you that Amar was an okay fade to get Jamison later in the fourth or fifth. Yes, sir. YouTube, what's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live. And today's live is going to be on game day starts and sits. So I'm getting to the questions, guys, but I'm gonna read over a little bit about the weather. This is Charlene's episode. She's always wanting me to go through the weather every Sunday, and that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna go over a couple of news things that I've heard about some injuries with CMC, and then we're gonna get started. So, guys, make sure you spam the chat with your questions. And if you want your questions answered in a timely manner, I would suggest Super Chat or become a member of the channel. That puts you in priority to get your questions answered. Yes, sir. I see you, Gabriel, Aaron Holloway, Big Will, Martin Castillo, MVM. Big Will in the house. I say Big Will in the house. Watch your mouth. Ricky Bobby, Cretch, yes, sir. Charm, Big Growing, D Lion. What's good, guys? What's up, Frosty? Okay. So let's talk about, let's look at a little bit of the news. We can talk about a little bit of the news, guys. Let's look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. It says it's going to be 79 degrees Fahrenheit, clear weather, 8 miles per hour wind. Start your guys. Now, here's the first game that we see, that I see right here. There's a possibility of some rain. It's going to be the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. And it's at Cleveland. So it says 65 degrees Fahrenheit with a slight chance of rain showers. But there's only 2%, so don't worry about it. Start your guys. 8 miles per hour wind. That's nothing to worry about. Let's go on to the Miami-Indianapolis game. That is fine. Guys, these games are going to be fine. We're not going to go through these games. I'm just going to talk about a couple games that I see some rain showers in because I want to get to the questions. We got the Las Vegas and New England Patriots, which is an outside game. And they're saying it's a 23% chance of rain, 63 degrees Fahrenheit. You're still playing your guys. You're playing Travion Henderson. You're playing Ashton Genty. Drake May, if you have him as your starter. You're still starting these guys. Another game, the Pittsburgh Steelers at the New York Jets. And it's saying that's a 12% chance of rain. So you're good. Start your guys. The New York Giants, Washington. It is a little bit of rain on the East Coast. So the Giants going to the Washington, 67%. No, it's a 67 degrees Fahrenheit with a chance of rain, but only 8%. That's fine. Let's see here. We got the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's a big, I think that could be a fantasy extravaganza. That could be a really lot of points scored in that game for as fantasy purposes. 32% chance of rain. So that's pretty, I'm still starting you guys, but just know that if you want to make a couple plays in your flex, according to that, with some rain, you can do that. Me, I'm not. I'm still going to play Chuba Hubbard in my flex. Xavier Leggett as my wide receiver 3. Other than that, guys, everything else looks pretty good. Far as the San Francisco 49ers, the Seahawks, that is a 14% chance of rain. We know that it rains a lot in Seattle. And we got the Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos with a 33% chance of rain. So that's it right there for all the rain. All right. Let's look at a little bit of the news. Let's see what we got for the news today. Okay, guys, let me see. Yes, sir. So let's talk about Xavier Worthy. They saying that the Chiefs is a wide receiver. Xavier Worthy suffered a dislocated shoulder and they lost to the Chargers. Timeline is to be determined. So, guys, you probably gonna have to find somebody for him for a couple of weeks. That's okay. Hopefully he gets back before Rashid Rice gets back. That way you can have your value, because once Rashid Rice get back, I think it's going to knock his value down a little bit. So, and I just told y'all about Jameson Williams getting his $83 million deal. Jameson Williams. Christian McCaffrey is likely to play. So that's just how we're gonna have to maintenance that Lamborghini. You're gonna have to go out there and make sure that transmission is right, and then you can go and play them. Okay. Let's see. Michael Parsons expected to play. Michael Parsons will be playing today against the Lions. And that's the only really major news right there, guys. Any other news you got, put it in the comment section. If y'all hear anything while I'm chopping it up, y'all let me know. Okay, so let's get started. Big Will says 30 point, 40 point. Let's get this money. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Aaron Holloway says, good morning to all. Sports Dog says TD 100. What's the latest on CMC? They say he's playing. He's active. He's going to be playing today. He's going to be playing. Martin Castillo says, I said Big Will in the house. Gable says, this time of the year? Yes. Yes, it is. MVM in the building. What's going on? We got Big Will. He says, laugh out loud. What up, Martin Castillo? Martin Castillo said, we ready for you, TD. Where he at? Yes, sir. I'm here, bruh. Okay, let's see. Okay, first question says, okay, funny, but not funny. Gamble on Junkins in my draft, and now I'm stuck between Ollie Gordon and Dylan Sampson. Who would you start? I think Gordon is going to start, take the Mostert role, but also Sampson greater than 4. Right. So to me, Ollie Gordon, to me, will have more of he will have more opportunities than Dylan Sampson once Jukins comes back. And Jukins is coming back next week. They said he's already signed the deal and he's coming back next week. So to me, I like Sampson this week, but going forward, it's probably going to be tough for him to get some carries. So he's going to have to compete with Jerome Ford and Jukins. But I think Ollie Gordon is just set there in that role with Jalen Wright injury. So I like Ollie Gordon going forward. But this week, I like Sampson over Ollie Gordon. Let's see. Yup. Tron said, what's up, TD? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ian Taylor says, how about Hollywood? I got lucky on him for waiver week 1. Yes, he's a good pickup, good stash. That's a good player, man. Yes, okay. Ian Taylor says, really, or Doomsday really got Denver's DVs? Yes. That's tough. That's tough. I'm going to go with a Doomsday because I do believe that Patrick Surtain will be on Ridley. So I'm going to go with a Doomsday, but I'm a little bit worried about a Doomsday because there's a lot of mouths to feed in that Chicago offense with DeAndre Swift, Loveland, the tight end. You got DJ Moore. You just got a lot of guys I feel like it's going to be a lot of targets. So I would play a Doomsday over Ridley because of Patrick Surtain. Nino says Pacheco and Dak drop duds, so I need upside in the flex. Diggs, ETN, or Harvey. I'm going with ETN over Harvey. ETN is the 1A, 1B. Harvey is a number 2. I think he's the number 2 running back. But to me, I don't think he's going to have more opportunities than ETN. ETN is their gadget player. He will have more opportunities to score more touchdowns than Harvey will be. But it's kind of close. Harvey's not a bad start this week as a flex play. But I'm going to go with ETN in this situation. I'm going with the RB. And he gives you upside. CHB says 2 questions for you: Debo or Golden? I'm going with Debo over Golden. And in IDP, which 2 duos do I start? Daniel Hunter or Jermaine Johnson or Chop and Jalen? I don't know who Jalen is, but I'm gonna tell you to play Chop and Daniel and Hunter. Chop and Hunter. Chop and Hunter. B Growing Stuff says, I have Evan Ingram at tight end. Would you drop Colston Lover or Sampson for Dante Thornton Jr.? I think Thornton could take over the wide receiver 1 for Vegas. Yes, he could. You have Evan Ingram. I don't want to tell you to drop Loveland, man. But if you need wide receiver 1, you have to drop somebody, and it has to be one of these guys. I would say Loveland. I would say drop Loveland and go get Thornton if you need a wide receiver 1. But if you're just trying to stash, you need to be careful because you built your team to stash tight ends. Evan Ingram is not a top tight end. So you need to be trying to find guys who can end up being better than Ingram. And that's why I'm okay with you having Loveland on your team. But when you're trying to get Thornton Jr., you're messing up the build of your team. But I get it. Thornton Jr. is a guy that you might have to pivot and go for. So I would say Lovely. Miracle Baller says, good morning, TD. Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. Tron says, I dropped Hollywood for a defense right before the game Friday. It's okay, man. You got to do what you can't play hindsight far as when you trying to make a move, man. You make a move, you made it at that time frame, it's okay. Whatever happens after that. Don't try to always try to be perfect through all the situations. It's not going to happen that way. CHB says, Ollie Gordon or Jacory Karofsky Merritt, full PPR 14-man league. I would go Ollie Gordon over Bob. Kyler Murray playing through an illness. Yeah, he's sick. T.O. says, don't want to play really against Surtain, but my next best options are Pop Douglas, Jaden Higgins, or Tyrone Tracy. I'm going with Tyrone Tracy. I'm going with Tyrone Tracy over Jaden Higgins. Raven Mad says, brother, have a great fantasy Sunday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gabriel says, Pollard or Travis Hunter. I'm going with Pollard over Travis Hunter because Pollard has, with no Tajay Spears, he's going to get all the goal line opportunities. They at least should score at least 2 touchdowns this game. So I'm going to bet on Pollard, and he's going to catch some passes in a 4 PPR league. Travis Hunter, I think he's going to play a lot of offensive snaps according to what the news is saying. He's going to play a little bit of defense this week. That's still hard for me I need to see it. Once I see it, then we could go to Travis Hunter. But this week, I'm going to play Pollard over Travis Hunter. Martin Castillo, he says, bro, good morning. I need 2, CMC, RJ Harvey, Pearsall, or Debo. Okay, I'm going with CMC and Pearsall, slightly over Debo. Reason why in 4 PPR, I know that Pearsall should see more targets than Debo. Debo has more touchdown upside. So if you want to go with the guy that has more touchdown upside, it would be Debo. But I think Pearsall will get more targets, so he's a safer play. That's why I'm telling you to go with Pearsall over Debo. But it's up to you. And I also like, CMC all day. You got to play him if you drafted him. Dance with the girl that you came to the party with. Big Will says, what up, TD? Do you think CMC will be on a snap count, or will they give him the lion's share of the carries? He was going to get the goal line carries. That's all that matters. Listen, even if CMC went to a James Conner role, he's still going to be fantastic. James Conner was a top 5 running back and just with like 700-800 yards, but he had like 15 rushing touchdowns. So when they get down there to the green zone and they want to score, Brian Robinson ain't coming in the game, guys. I promise you that. So I'm feeling long CMC is healthy and he's on the snap percentage, I don't care. I just want him to get 2 touchdowns a game. That's all I need, 2 touchdowns a game. Sports Dog says TD100. 18 PPR Superflex with the news. Would you put Jameson Williams in one of the flex right now? You going with Tyrone and Terry McLaurin? What do you think? Yeah, you got to play Kamara and Terry McLaurin. Don't worry about getting Jameson in your lineup. That's a problem you worry about once these games is over. You got studs. The only way you would get Jameson in there if he was like your best opportunity. Don't sit Kamara or Terry McLaurin for him. You got the sauce. You good. Just hold on to him. You know what you got going forward. Sports Dog says, Big Wheels, my concerns too. I will be listening for the pregame for the latest news on CMC. Yeah, he is playing. He is playing. Chris says Pennis is going to have an attack through the air to keep up with the Bucks, and one of his key targets should be a big man over the middle. Pitts. Yeah, Pitts, hopefully, man, we ready for him to break out. He hasn't did nothing other than his rookie season. So hopefully he can have a year with Penix, who has a better arm, who can throw the ball in those windows that maybe Pitts is good at. Because he sure enough it ain't been nothing with no not Spencer, who was it? Ritter. Rasheed says Judkins or Cam Scatterbo. I'm going with Judkins. Because Tyrone Tracy is a good running back. Sports Dog says, Big Will, that's my concern too. I will be listening to the... Okay, we already did that one. Tron says, who should I play at the flex? PPR, DK, Hunter, Cup, Jalen Warren, Eckler. In the flex... I'm going to go with DK slightly over Jalen Warren. But if you wanted to go with Jalen Warren, yes, I understand as a running back. I don't think Caleb's going to really come in and take anything from him outside of a goal line touch. That makes me a little bit nervous. That's why I'm going with DK, who is the number one on the team, who should lead that team in targets easily, at least 8 to 10 targets. So DK to me is a start over Hunter, over Cup, and a close Jalen Warren. Eckler, yes, I would start DK over Eckler too, in a full PPR league. Ricky Bobby says, yo, TD, I got Seahawks defense. Use them against the 49ers or at home, or pick up Jags, Jets, Bengals, or Steelers. I would go with the Steelers defense, then go against the Seattle, then go on against the 49ers. I'm not going to play the Seahawks defense against the 49ers with all their people coming back, with CMC probably being healthy. So I would go with the Steelers defense. GTS Sports says New England defense or the Los Angeles Rams. I think the Rams is going to, they are a solid defense, but I will go ahead and go with the Rams. Hopefully they can keep the game close. Go with the Rams. Hold on, let me see something. Yeah, go with the Rams playing against the Houston. Go against the Rams. Only got person that they really gonna have to worry about is gonna be Nico Collins. Derek Buck says Tet or Tyreek, half-point PPR. Thanks. I'm going with Tyreek over Tet all day. I'm going with Tyreek over Tet. Tron 4 says, which player would you drop to pick up a kicker, Ford or Garendo? My other RBs are CMC, Barkley, Jalen Warren, Eckler, Jacory, Kowski, Merritt. Which player would you drop to pick up a kicker? I would say Garendo. Rashik says Judkins or Cam Scatterbo to stash. Okay, yeah, I will go with Judkins as a stash. What's up, Durf boy? He said, what's good, TD? Golf, T-Law, or Penix? I'm going with Goff. I'm going with Jared Goff over T-Law and Penix. Even though T-Law has a really nice matchup, I'm going with Jared Goff. Vibs, like Vibs said, CMC and Tyreek are always must starts. Yes. Good morning to you, Vibs. Yes, they are. Irby says morning, RJ Harvey, Braylon Allen, Bill, or Scatterbo. I'm going to go with Braylon Allen over RJ Harvey, but it's close. Jimmy said, do you bench guys if they are covered by Patrick Surtain? Yeah, if they like if not now, if they Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra, Tyreek Hill, no, I'm never benching those guys. But if they're a tier below, like a Cortland Sutton, maybe even a little bit lower than that, I might. It just depends. I got to feel it, man. It depends on how the wide receiver is playing it in that particular year. But no, I'm not just going to sit a guy just because they're playing against Surtain. It's got to make sense. What's up, bruh? Sleeper, what's up? Don Mayweather says, just got the notice that CMC is good to go. I believe it when I see it. Right. I feel you. Oh, God, put me something to drink. Rashid says, do I try to trade 3 handcuff or RBs to try to get a starter? Yes, that's okay. It's called consolidating. It's okay to consolidate. And again, guys, I apologize if my energy is not that high. That's what happens when you go out and you ride with other people. You on their time. So, but nothing was gonna stop me from doing this live today. You have the tools. I have prepared you with the tools. You have the guys. Things are falling into place. I don't want to talk about, I told you about Pacheco. But guys, Pacheco is not about him being a bad player. I just want y'all to understand, like, he's gonna be a top 5 RB a couple times this year. But are you drafting this guy to be a perennial RB2 for the rest of the season? No, he should not be that type of guy. He's spotty. He's not the goal line running back on this team. Now, he might get more carries now that Xavier Worthy is out. He might help him for the next game. J-Mo get with the takeoff. Lisa says, good morning, TD. Pull half point PPR, Harvey or Travis Hunter. In full PPR, I was about to say Travis Hunter, but I'm going to go with Harvey. I'm sorry. I'm going with Harvey as a RB who I feel like will get some opportunities, especially with the game getting out of hand. I think they can beat them. I feel like the Denver Broncos could really dominate the Tennessee Titans. So I like Harvey to get some, like, just cleanup work at the end of the game. Appreciate you, Rashid. Martin Castillo says, TD 4 PPR, Pearsall, Eckler, Golden, or Thornton Jr. I'm going with Pearsall. Don says, FanDuel gave a lot of money out this week. They gave me $129. Right, okay. Castillo says, also Thornton Jr., Sampson, Caleb, and J.K. Dobbins. I would go with Thornton Jr. in that situation. I would get a little cute. The safest play would probably be J.K. Dobbins, but I don't feel good about that safe play. It's not enough upside, especially when you have a rookie there that's trying to take your job. So I'm going to go with Thornton Jr. Rashid says, do you think Jerome Ford is an RB2? No, I think Sampson is the RB2. I think Sampson is an RB2 right now before Judkins comes back. Christopher says, really, or Keon Coleman? I'm going with Keon Coleman for the upside over Ridley, who's probably going to be facing Surtain. Marquis says, Murray or Lawrence. Then Murray has an illness. He's sick. He's under the weather. I will go with Lawrence because of that situation. That would be enough for me to go to Lawrence. If Murray balls out, then now you know that he's a player who can play while he's sick. But he's going to have to prove that to me. So I will go with Lawrence over Murray. Come on, guys. We got 40 people in here. And got 26 likes. Let's get it closer to 35. Yes, and I've been telling y'all about Thornton Jr. the whole offseason. I mean, there's other people that's been on him too. But I've been like, guys, you need to be stashing him. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'm getting ready to get out of here. Go ahead and start setting up my lineups. Bo, what's up, Bo? He said Eckler or Olave. I'm going to go with Eckler. I don't know. I need to see Spencer Rattler play and see how he's going to target the both guys. But like Rashid Shaheed and Olave, what's going to be the target ratio? I don't know. So I'm going to go with Eckler, who is the starting running back. Eckler is starting. So he will get a goal line opportunity. Deal the voter, what's up, buddy? He says Fletch Golden or Ja'Cory or Harvey. It's between Golden or Harvey, bruh. I'm going to go with Harvey slightly over Golden, but if you want to go with Golden, it's okay. But I would say Harvey slightly over Golden, bruh. That's a tough one because we don't know what Golden going to be. But we know he's probably going to be the number one, but we need to see it. So I like Golden upside. But I think Harvey can get some cleanup time in the third and fourth quarter when the game is out of hand and JK's had is 10 to 12 carries. I think then Harvey gets going. So I'm going with Harvey. But I got a super chat from Bo. Appreciate that, Bo. He says Eckler or Travion Henderson. Travion Henderson all day, bro. Travion Henderson all day. Yes, sir. Appreciate the super chat. Rashid says, so drop Cam and pick up Sampson and have the Browns backfield. Yes, for this week. And then you can go back and get Cam the next week if you need to, if something happens to Tyrone Tracy. But you want to have Sampson because you might have to play him this week. If you're not going to play Sampson this week, then I can say pivot off him then. But because Judkins could come back. So it's going to be between Judkins and Sampson, not Ford, in my opinion. So that's why if you need somebody to play this week, I would play Sampson. Chris says Fields, Tua, or Flacco. I'm going to go with Flacco. I like his matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. So I'm going to go with Flacco. Rashid says need a third running back. Rizzo says Emeka Ibuka or Matthew Gold. I'm going to Ibuka. Deal the voters. Yes, sir. Got Golden locked in. Got you. Bo says Eckler, Warren, or Downs. I'm going with Warren over Eckler and Downs. A says, do you think Adam Thielen could have a top 24 finish against the Bears? Yes, he can. With Jordan Addison missing for all those weeks while Jordan Addison is missing. Yes, I do like Adam Thielen. He is a wide receiver 3, but he had the upside to be a wide receiver 2, which is top 24. Yup. So I'm gonna just go over a few things that I can think about, guys. Trust the process. Trust the process. Don't get I love what's going on with CMC right now. In a way, because this is fantasy football. I know this is kind of what. Let me see. Hold on, guys. This is kind of what. How fantasy goes. It's not going to be, every single starter you pick is going to be clean and they're going to boom. A few years or a few teams might get lucky like that, but most of the time, guys, you're going to have to weather some storms. So don't be frantic. Don't worry about anything. Just trust the process. Play your studs. Everything will work itself out. All right, guys. Well, listen, I'm gonna get ready to go ahead. I'm gonna get ready to go ahead and set my lineups. Y'all guys be safe. And I see y'all. I want to do a live later on. I doubt if I do it, guys, but I definitely see y'all tomorrow. I definitely see y'all tomorrow morning, and we could we'll be able to chop it up, talk about what happened in the game. Maybe I do a live, and we can y'all let y'all ask questions according to how your team did and stuff like that, right? All right. Peace.